What is up, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links players? Sage the Duel Demon here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. This one's going to be another Decks for Fun. I think what I'm going to show off today is a Pegasus Clown Control. So Pegasus has that Mind Scan ability, right? And that favors a really defensive playstyle. And while this isn't the most defensive deck ever, nor is it the best one for Pegasus, Clown Control is a lot of fun. And I got this card from the event. I'm sure so many people chose this card. Ridiculous amounts, I bet. But a prismatic enemy controller, which is really cool. I had no idea the KC Cups rewards were going to let you choose cards. I thought it was just going to be kind of random, like, oh, here's a random super rare. Had I known that, it might have been a little bit more competitive. But who cares? I mean, still getting a card was awesome, and it was still a lot of fun. And I've just been playing around and having a good time. I also managed to get the Sphere Kribo. Put a lot of gems into getting that one card. Like, probably over 1,500, which is pretty stupid for one card, but I was like, I want a Sphere Kribo, so I'm going to go get it. And Ranked is back online. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into Silver Rank 1 and play around with some Pegasus. So the whole idea behind this deck is switching battle positions and using effects relative to switching battle positions to gain complete field control and just do a bunch of little pokey attacks until you win. So we're going up against Yami Yugi, who, if he wins, gets a ring. So even if we lose, we can feel okay about it because we're helping our good friend Yugi out over here. So I got a notification saying that the little Yugi would show up in the Duel world and you could get special reward and stuff. I haven't even seen him yet. Haven't even seen him. So I actually watched the first Yugi Pegasus match, which I haven't watched in quite a while. I'm just going to set this and end my turn. Anyways, I just think it's kind of funny, because, you know, Pegasus versus Yugi, here we go. So he's using a Warrior to Greffer. So we're both going to discard. It's probably more advantageous for him, honestly. What attack do you have? 1350. 1,200 over here. So the Cosmo Queen, you see it. We managed to pull another Blade Rabbit. I'm going to go ahead and set the Crass Clown. Is it? Yeah, it is Crass. So what we're hoping for is that he doesn't get over it. If he does, oh well. This deck really requires getting some of the trap support slash other kinds of support, and we got all monsters, which is pretty bad for this deck. What's defense? 900. So this isn't looking perfect for us by any means. But that was about as good of a draw as we could have hoped for here. If only he had 50 more attack, that would have made this play a lot better. But, alas. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually end up getting a lose in this game. We just don't have a lot of resources to work with right now. But we'll see what we can pull off. So I was hoping he'd do a Tribute Summon. But again, alas, no luck. So interestingly, he's going for the trade. I am not going to let that go through. So this kind of shows what you're trying to do here. True, I have not been ended quite yet. So we're in a pretty bad spot here. Recently, my videos have been getting a lot more views, so I want to thank everyone who is coming, who's new to the channel, coming and saying hi. I appreciate the comments that have been left. You guys are just awesome. Thank you so much for what you guys do. Hopefully we get a really good draw here. Like Windstorm of a Tekwa would be unbelievable right now. Okay, so we lose, I think. If I had one more turn to work with, we might be able to pull it off, but I don't, so... If he switches something into defense mode for whatever reason, then I can blow up his field. But he likely won't. Gravity Axe. Yeah, I'll go ahead and activate this. Not that it's going to do anything, but... And just like in the show, Yugi does take it over Pegasus. In this case, a bit unfortunately. Alright, so I do want to try out another duel. I want to go again. Because I do not think that gave this deck justice. And you know what? We're in silver rank 1. Who cares how many times we lose? It doesn't matter. We're not going anywhere. I don't think I'm going to do another platinum push this season is the best word I can come up with for it right now. I think I want to focus on having a lot of like unique decks. I think that's the most interesting thing to me right now. And I'd like to focus on that. So I'm going to do Crass Crown, Windstorm of a Tekwa. So pretty much no matter what he does, he's not going to be able to get through my defenses, which I will then use my guy's effect to blow up whatever monster he sets. If he sets anything face down, I'm going to Sergeant Electro it and play kind of defensively until I have his backfield locked down. So Sergeant Electro is so good. He was all over the place, higher ranked in the Kaiba Corp Cup. And it's for good reason. It's because he's ridiculously amazing. So I'm going to use my Karibo for this. So if I summon Sergeant Electro, he's just going to use his adhesive trap hole, which halves the attack of whatever monster you summon. So this is how we're going to do it here. I'm going to summon Blade Rabbit and see if I can bait it out. If so, that's awesome. If not, whatever. It's 200 attack. If he does it, it's kind of funny. Nah. He's not that silly. So we can do the same thing next turn using Windstorm of a Tekwa. We can put his monster in defense mode, pop it the next turn. And we can try the Sergeant Electro play unless we draw something that's a little bit better. So far, that was technically a 1-for-1 trade, even though I destroyed his monster, but he has only one summon per turn. So I'd say I'm going a little bit better than he is, even though it's not dramatically better. I really wish I had that earlier, but that's okay. Adhesive Trap Hole will activate, yeah. There's no reason it wouldn't right there. So we're going to do a couple shuffles here. So the real monster he needs to attack next turn is this Crass Clown. If he doesn't, then it's a pretty big mistake on his part. I should have kept the bunny in face-up attack mode, attacked it, and that way he'd have 2 targets. Yeah, that was a misplay by me, because it would have allowed me to pop something next turn no matter what, and now he can actually stop me from popping something next turn. So, learn from my mistake there. Do what I say, not what I do. Cool. Using the Twin Swords of Flashing Light to lower attack is generally really bad because you have to discard a card to make it happen. He just probably has no monsters, and so it's like his best choice, but it's still pretty bad because now he can attack twice. What is this? Okay. And then he has a Death Counter Blow, but it's too late for a Death Counter Blow to do much to me. Especially with Sergeant Electro on the field. First thing I'm going to do is lock that down. So that won't even be played. This guy has 900 defense, so I wouldn't be able to get over him if I didn't have this available. So this is a better example of how the deck is supposed to work. It's not, you know, this deck is very susceptible to bad draws. So he has one more turn to figure something out here. So now the monster he should be going for this turn is definitely Blade Rabbit. But hopefully... Alright, there we go. We got the win. I'm going to do another one. I want to show, like, if possible in this next one, I would like to get a really good hand and show, like, how this deck can basically blow up on people. That'd be cool. We'll see if it happens. Maybe I'll gain a rank, you know? That'd be cool, too. I want to express appreciation one more time, guys. Man, I've been shocked by how much support I've gotten, and I want to say thank you, and I want to say I'm still working on my new video formats, and it's going to be awesome. So, subscribe if you haven't, because it's going to be sweet. Okay, so this is like more of a trap hand. Instead of no monsters, I got no trap, so we'll see what we can do with it. He doesn't have Mind Scan, which is really, really nice. So I would like to use Tragedy and get at least 2 monsters destroyed, if possible, rather than just 1. Sorry, get that out of your face. Four-star Ladybug of Doom is face down. Not too scared of that. Namely because I don't have any monsters that it can destroy, so whatever. Not in my hand, at least. We are taking a long time for this turn. Let's say something. Yeah, there we go. Let's say some more. No, I don't think I want to activate Jack. We managed to pull a Dream Clown who has 3 stars, so we don't care about that 4-star Ladybug of Doom. Okay, I gotta turn these voices off. It's actually just takes too long. Gets annoying for me, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna activate my Labyrinth of Nightmare and just end my turn. And say goodbye. So, if you guys don't know, what Labyrinth of Nightmare does is it's a continuous trap, and at the end of every player's turn, the turn player's monsters all switch battle position if they're face up. So, if they're in attack, they go to defense. If they're defense, they go into attack. And I have 3 of them in this deck because it's basically the engine behind what makes these clowns do so much work. And this deck definitely requires a lot of trap support. A lot of it to keep them from just getting aggressive. Okay, so we're gonna let him target first. Hopefully he goes for the left one. This guy is a hard counter to my deck, just for the record. Choose wisely, my friend. I don't know if I can activate Tragedy quickly enough. So I'm going to do this just in case. I could not activate it quickly enough. I can't. Yeah, that would be like almost a chain within a chain. Wouldn't make any sense. Should I have done something differently there? No, I think that was the best play I had. So, order to charge. Can't do anything with that right now, which is fine. We pull another Labyrinth of Nightmare, which is going to do nothing for us. But we are going to destroy his Sergeant Electro. And so now we can use our Tragedy again. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, each player adds 1 level 3 or lower normal monster from their deck to their hand. I don't have a normal monster, so that's unfortunate. I want to get at least two hits with this. So I just have this guy in here just to, one, be like kind of like a pseudo beater, and 2, do this stun on their attack, so they have 500 less attack points, making it easier for my clowns to work around. So if he has a Jerry Beansman right now that he might pull out using this emissary guy, instead of having 1750, okay, so I guess for Mystic Shine Ball, that's interesting. Instead of a 1750, it's going to be a 1250, which, you know, my Crass Clown could defend against. I'm going to go ahead and use that so I can do, when it switches me back, I'm in attack mode. So, just a little bit more defensive. He's likely going to go for an order to charge using his Mystic Shine Ball. But that's 2 for 1. I'm okay with that trade. The biggest thing is he has a big hand right now, and I don't. I've lost a lot more cards than he has. I'm okay to discard a card. I think actually that's an advantage for me. I want to discard. Okay, I'm going to have to get really liberal with these tragedies. So I lose the attack. We both discard a card. I'm okay with both of those things. And end my turn, sending it on over to him, letting him do his thing. Is that a Warm Worm? What is that doing here? Let's see. This card is destroyed. Send the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Seems like a weird card to have in the type of deck he's been using. That poor Warm Worm. His attack is stunted. I don't want to use Tragedy against a Warm Worm. Seems counterproductive. Best thing I would want to do is actually put him back up in the hand. Shoot, look at this. 3 tragedies. What a tragedy. Huh. Okie dokie doke. Giving an assessment about where the game is at, I'd say favor to him, but not hugely dramatic. He's using a bunch of these little monsters, and I guess that's okay. That saves my life points. We don't take enough life points that I can still see his face down cards, which is really nice. At the end of his turn, he gets changed to defense mode. I use Tragedy. If you guys don't know what Tragedy does, when a face-up attack position monster is changed to defense mode, you can use it and it destroys all monsters on their side of the field. So that's a pretty cool effect. So how do we want to use Blade Rabbit here? If I put him in defense, he'll probably just get attacked and destroyed, but then we can Tragedy whatever attacked him. If I put him in attack, he goes into defense. I guess attack is the best play. So let's just go for it, I guess. Do a little bit of chip damage. keep my defense up, and see what he pulls out. So I think I don't love this deck right now. This is going pretty slow. That's partially because my opponent does take his time. But I've drawn 13 of my cards, and the fact that I'm still like hoping for a next draw is pretty ridiculous. I probably will retire this deck. It's maybe do an update. Maybe focus on more field control along with it. Something along those lines. Maybe some stronger monsters. Or maybe I just don't know how to play the deck right. I'm not actually sure. So he has a Regretful Rebirth. Luckily, we didn't have to face a Worm with that. Hunter with 7 weapons, okay. Sergeant Electro would be nice. We could stun up his backfield, which would be sweet. This guy just like takes forever. I apologize about that. I apologize about the slowness of this video. Okay. And doing that thing we do, we're just gonna pop him again. So enemy controller is really nice because it puts him in defense mode. You could also go for like the kill with it. You know, hypothetically, we're kind of a far away from that. You can use enemy controller to tribute one of your own monsters, steal one of their monsters, and then attack for game. Or you can always use it just to switch their battle position and then use like something like Tragedy to blow them up. So we have 1 Tragedy left. Depending on what he summons, I'd like, what is this? Try white. Target 3 level 2 or lower monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them from the graveyard. Okay, so I would really like to... I'd really like him to use that, and I can blow them all up. Okay, so we are lucky enough to draw a monster, which I'm going to take advantage of right now, and attack his life points directly. This is all it really took. I just needed that monster, and now that I have it, I think we're fine. I think we're honestly pretty okay right now. Whatever he summons, we can blow up. If he summons a lot of things, we can blow them all up. Problem would be if he gets a normal monster and uses that order to charge, I suppose. But it wouldn't be the biggest problem in the world. It'd still be a 1-for-1, and I have a good chance of drawing a monster now, because I've been having a lot of traps. What is that? It's Mystic Shine Ball. That was a bad move on his part, I feel, just because it's going back to his hand. That does literally nothing. Absolutely, literally nothing. Apologize about the call coming in. I do turn off notifications, but apparently it just doesn't care. I do have some solutions in that coming, though. A lot of new surprises coming. This is probably a good game at this point. I don't see anything he can do. Changes I'll make in this deck is probably add another Crass Clown. Maybe take out a Blade Rabbit. Sometimes Blade Rabbit's just better, though, with Desert Sunlight when you don't have the Labyrinth of Nightmares out. So it's hard to say. And again, I might just put this deck aside. But I think it deserves some upgrades. Now that I'm thinking about it, it deserves some upgrades, so... Super indecisive here, but that's okay. So he makes the same play. He really needs to just play it face up in order to charge last turn. And then Regretful Rebirth it or something. I don't know. But we end up getting the win there. I think that does take us to Silver 2. That is the hardest fought Silver 2 match I think I've ever had. So that's pretty funny. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick pack opening, and then I'll end the video. And I think I want to do Neo Impact. So I like Valkyrie's Rage, but I just don't feel like it's, you know, game changing, whereas a Mirror Wall for me would be amazing. And I still want another Gravity Axe for some of my control decks. So when all's said and done, I still think this is the better pack for me to go for. So I am just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, pray for me, guys. We only have 81 packs, so actually ultra rares right now wouldn't be crazy. I think I've gotten a ton of Grey Wings. Oh, this looks fancy. What do we got here? Okay, so less fancy than I thought. Jerry Beans, man! I'm really super happy with that pull. Okay, so this looks like a super rare, I'd say. Just a rare. Bylon Charger. I have no need for those anymore. I have pretty much 3. Shadow Stalker. I think I have 3 of those too. The Shadow Stalker is fun, especially with the Gravity Axe. I was using a Weevil deck with that Gravity Axe. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Another Desert Sunlight, using that in the deck we just showcased. Here comes an Ultra. Give me a prayer for Mirror Wall, anyone? No, it's not Mirror Wall. Dweller in the Depths, super rare. Okay, so that wasn't Ultra at all. That is my 3rd Dweller, I believe, which is awesome for a Kaiba deck. Especially with that new Pump Princess out and some, yeah, that's a good deck for sure. Maybe I'll do a Platinum push with that. Ooh, I might do a Platinum push with that. Because I think I could get it done super, super fast. Like, literally so fast. I might do that. And Kaiba's the 2nd character, so food for thought. So we didn't pull any Ultras. I would love Stamping Destruction, Mirror Wall, Senju, Kaiser. These 2 rituals are okay. I probably wouldn't do much with the Fusion. But this deck certainly has the most use for me, I feel. I'm going to get a little crazier here. I'm going to actually do this 10 packs plus 1 SR deal. You see this jazz come up. Here we go. Hey, and there's my PayPal if you guys ever want to shoot me a donation. Eh? Cool. Alright, here we go. Let's check it out. I had a crazy day. First time I ever purchased any cards. I got 5 ultra rares in one day, but I also used some of my gems. So far we've gotten Jack, but that's okay because when you get Jack it means you're more likely not to get Jack next time. But I'm surprised at how many ultra rares we have with this few packs left. Get another Cthulhu. That's a pretty cool card. Probably slaughtered the pronunciation. I apologize to anybody who lives in the Yu-Gi-Oh world and yeah, be an ultra. Gallendorf, King of Destruction. Hells yeah, guys. This card is awesome. Does big shifts. Can basically be a Regeki. That's awesome. Super excited about that. Got another Bylon Charger. So we managed to spend $6 and get 1 Ultra. And a... what's it gonna be? Jerry Beans Man, making our 3rd Jerry Beans Man. That's pretty lucky, if I do say so myself. A little sad I didn't get a Gravity Axe, but that is fine. And this will be the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every time you do. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm out.